Second Mile is being involved with the community.
It empowers people to serve their community. It's beautiful to watch.
This is the closest school in our neighborhood, and we are completely ignorant of the fact that over 90% of the kids live below the poverty level.
We're just out here to show them that we care about them.
I tell people this is my favorite worship service.
This is just the beginning of how we're going to love a city and take over a community with the love of Jesus.
Who is my neighbor? It's a question that's been asked since Jesus shared the parable of the Good Samaritan with us. I can understand the confusion around this question because we live in a fast-paced culture and we have a tendency to get so busy that it's hard for us to think outside of ourselves. We've seen so many people go off to an overseas missions trip and come back with this life-changing experience, and they're shocked at the way we live in America. And the most common response is, "That was so great, but now I have to wait until next time the trip goes or next time I'm able to make it to serve again." And that does not need to be the case. Who does Jesus say that our neighbor is? We often think of the starving, the needy, the abused, the suffering as being often another part of the world, when really that's the reality we live in this country, very close to us. We have a tendency to insulate our lives from that reality. But it is the case right across the highway from us. We are seeing teenagers walk away from their faith and their moral foundation at an unprecedented rate. Studies have shown that more than 80% of kids going from high school to college will end up leaving the church, will walk away from their faith. Studies have also shown that the top 2 contributing factors to this are the decay of the family structure and the lack of service. Kids in today's age don't have the perspective that they need to weigh and to process what the rest of the world throws at them. I recently read a story of a man who's very frustrated at God because of all of the injustice and suffering he sees in the world around him. And at one point, at the climax of this frustration, he yells and cries out to God, "Lord, what are you going to do with all this suffering?" And God's gentle response back to the man was, "That's why I made you."